Alright, so let's start with Orthodox Christianity. This is the one that's practiced in Eastern Europe and Ethiopia, I believe. Generally pretty ill. I mean, it's mostly because like nowadays, when I think Orthodox Christianity, I think like a psyop by Putin. Because it's mostly used that way, at least in Russia. But this is very much my biased perspective, right? Oh, speaking of bias, I come from a majority Catholic area. I feel like most Catholics are all right. I here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Catholics are either okay. There's two types of Catholics, right? Realistically, if you are a Catholic and you're not a pedophile, you're probably also not racist, not homophobic. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, my bias aside, if I had to compare Catholics to Protestants, I don't know, man. I'm just saying one is worse than the other. Lutheran, that goes in ew as well. Baptists, it's the Americans' fault, but Baptist has no. You know what? It goes down there. It goes down there. I can't. It's all America's fault, and that is something that's going to come back a few times during this list, which is that Americans are the devil. And American religions, and specifically American forms of Christianity, are particularly bad. It's part of the reason why Catholicism is not that bad compared to other forms of Christianity, excuse me, because it's just not as common among Americans, and Americans are the devil. So there is that. Sunni Islam, I found myself unable to give a fuck. Shia Islam, I found myself unable to give a fuck. Hinduism, I've met one guy who practiced Hinduism, and he was a cool guy. That's the extent of my understanding of it. Alright. Um, Theravada Buddhism. I don't know the differences between a bunch of different kinds of Buddhism. I'm not very knowledgeable on the topic. I know more about Abrahamic religions than others, so I'm just gonna default to putting them in unable to gaff tier. Mahayan Buddhism, same concept. Taoism. Taoism's not really a religion that people like actively practice all that much, from my understanding of it. Like the countries that have Taoists in them tend to be pretty chill about religion in a way that's very off-putting to us in the West, from my understanding of it. So chill about religion, that goes above most forms of Christianity as far as I'm concerned. Um, I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm putting it in the middle tier. Oh, African animism. I don't know anyone who practices it, but at least it's different, it's unique, and it's part of a minority group, so it's probably some level of chill. I don't know. Sikhism. Unfortunately, Sikhism has been co-opted by the Indian far right, so no, it goes in ew. It very much does. Orthodox Judaism. I find myself unable to gaff. The thing is with Orthodox Judaism is that, and this applies to most forms of Judaism, right? Most Jews are like chill as fuck, so they go in like the top tier, right? Because most Jews are like pretty woke and shit, right? I feel like remove the anti-Semitism from your mind for a second. I feel like most Jews are pretty chill. But Orthodox Jews are like the one kind of Jew that's particularly likely to be cringe about Israel, so that bumps them down all the way to the middle of the tier list in my mind. Um, Reform Judaism, is that what that says? Anyway, the other kind of Judaism that's more generally progressive, that goes up there. I believe this is the kind that includes all like forms, like for example, like Hasidic Jews, right? Because Hasidism, Jesus Christ, is a more recent form of Judaism, from my understanding of it. It's more of like an 1800s movement. Baha'i faith, I don't know shit about it. I'm putting it here. Uh, Jainism, I don't know anything about it. I'm putting it here. Shintoism, same as Taoism, honestly. There's still few practitioners of it, and the few that do practice it are overall pretty chill people about religion, right? Zoroastrianism, dude, current day Zoroastrianism practitioners are sick as shit, man. You know what? Yeah, they belong up there, absolutely. Uh, Norse slash Celtic paganism. Here's the thing about Celtic paganism and shit like that. Paganism as a whole. Overall, pagans are either like the coolest, chillest people that you'll ever see, or they are Nazis. So by default, I kind of have to put them down there, right? Like if I'm doing an average of the whole community. I'm sorry, I just gotta take the Nazis into account, man. They're crazy. I know, and they're not representative. Slavic paganism, same concept. Ooh, Mormons, that's the devil. Mormons are the devil, that much I know for sure. Uh, Mormons are Mormons are maybe the most fascinating religious group out there, simply because of how let's say unique their beliefs are. Also, it's like the most American religion out there, which in my mind adds comedic value to it. You know? Did you know that the nigga who founded Mormonism was called John Smith? Literally fake guy, man. Fake guy, fake religion, fake beliefs, clearly. What the fuck are they doing? Anyway. Uh Another form of Buddhism. I don't know much about Buddhism. I can't speak on that. And Greek paganism. Greek pagans don't have a reputation of having as many Nazis, so I'm willing to put them in the middle of the tier. For some reason, this didn't have like theistic Satanism in there. I guess you could technically consider non-theistic Satanism as a thing too, a religion too. Theistic Satanism, I'm putting in either the middle tier or the I tier, and non-theistic Satanism is like the coolest religion. You know, excluding the Nazis. Once again, excluding the Nazis. Let's be completely honest. You know what? Even with the Nazis, I feel like the average Satanist, the average non-theistic Satanist, is so chill that they compensate for them. You know. So yeah, that's my final list. Hopefully I'm not gonna get arrested, but I have put the most American religions all the way to the bottom, so there is that. I'm trying to rethink if there's any that I might want to replace. I think Zoroastrianism, if I'm being completely honest, I kind of find myself unable to gaff. If you genuinely practice Zoroastrianism in the current day, hey, props to you, my nigga. It's just I just don't think these people exist. You know? Also, it's insane that one of the only two religions in the top tier is Hinduism, and my thinking for it was, and I quote, I met one Hinduist guy in my life, and he was chill. I'm pretty sure there's like the same logic that they use for racism, but backwards. I should probably not think like that. Anyway, on to the next video.